fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Here we are, live in Montreal at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, where the teams are making final preparations before today's practice session gets underway. In 1999, the outside track wall, situated on the last corner of the lap, ended the race of 3 Formula One world champions, Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve. Since then, the wall has come to be known to fans around the world as the infamous Wall of Champions.
Turns 13 and 14 are definitely the most demanding corners on the track. A quick chicane section, entering at over 180 miles per hour, drivers use plenty of curb and get very close to the wall. But hitting those curbs at the wrong angle can easily put the car offline. You'll see a lot of drivers bail out of committing into turn 13 using the escape road to avoid contact with the wall.
Hey guys, my name is CJ Gamer and today I'm back with another video, and today I'm back with part 7 on my Save in Vandoorne career mode here in Canada. And if you didn't watch the last video, I highly recommend you go watch that because that was a fantastic Grand Prix. And yeah, we had a very good result there. I'm going to ruin it now. We got a P4 in a McLaren, which is very good, but that was mostly up to the strategy and quali. We had a very dominant quali there, so I'm not sure why we had such a dominant quali. But hopefully we can have equally as dominant quality here in Canada. My favourite track. So hopefully it can give us good fortune and hopefully we can get a good result. A good result for me is at the top 5 position. Now that I know I can get 4th. I know it's Monaco. But now that I know I could get a 4th position at least. Well, a maximum. I mean, top 10's an average result for us now. I mean, if top 5 is probably a decent result. I'll class top 5 as a really good result. But yeah, we come 16th in practice, but that's just us really setting some random lap times, getting used to the track, getting used to the wheel on the track as well. But yeah, we're currently 9th in the Drivers' Championship. We got a plus 12 points to that because I'm a retard and accidentally didn't save the Monaco Grand Prix. But now it's time for quali for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Welcome again then, and we hope you're ready for another fantastic session as the teams prepare to unleash their cars for qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily. It's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
So here we are in quali going around the final chicane. This is going to be our Q1 lap time. Might be our only lap time we set, I'm pretty sure it might be. Up to the line we set at 1:12.1, which puts us currently P3. But we're going to go for another lap time by the looks of it, and we're going to go... I don't know why we're going for another lap time, to be honest with you. We're going to set a lap time, and we set a 1:12.11.9. Moved us up 2 positions, but adding the quality Q1, we currently goes P7. Fernando Alonso's P10, so he's through as well. So that's fantastic for the 2 McLarens getting into Q2 at least. Can we get into Q1? Q3 hopefully, but the rain has fallen here in Canada, and that should hopefully help us out because the AI aren't as strong in the rain. We seem to be a lot better than the AI in the rain, so hopefully we can get it. Well, it should be our best chance of getting into Q3. Will also mean we get a new set of tyres for the start of the Grand Prix, so maybe the strategy might change for half the AI. Up to line we set 1:21.9, and it's actually put us in P2. End of quali though, we're through, but Fernando Alonso's out, so Sainz and Hulkenberg and Grosjean. I'm not sure who's 15th. I'm not sure who went out in Q1 either. I didn't have a look, but we are going to have a look now. Who's 15th? Oi, Pierre Gasly. So 2 Frenchmen are out. Ocon is through though. But yeah, that is Q2. Fernando Alonso is unfortunately out. We're going to be starting P13. So that's really a disappointment. But now, I've loaded the car up with a ton of fuel. And, yeah, with 4 minutes left in the session, I'm just going to go for lap after lap after lap. Slowly and surely the fuel will burn off. And that will mean that the final lap we do, the car will be the fastest. The track will be a little bit drier. So that is going to be our best chance to try and get a really good quali. But yeah, this is going to be our final lap. This is going to be a full lap time here. We've got 4 seconds to get to the line. We just managed with 3 seconds to go to set one more lap time. We currently would have been P6. Well, we currently are P6. That's probably where we would have qualified if I didn't manage to get this lap time in. But yeah, like I said about those 12 points, I accidentally closed the game without advancing to Canada for Monaco. So we just need to add 12 points to our tally at the end of the race every time. I mean, literally, I simulated the race. I retired from the race, and the AI were literally in exactly the same positions as they were in the race that you saw in Monaco. Apart from me. So the AI have got extra points, which I'm not going to deduct. I'm just going to add 12 points for me. So yeah. If it says we're like 12 points behind first place, then we're actually equal in points with them. You get what I mean. But we've got 1 more straight to go, and technically 2 more corners to go with a little chicane. Hopefully we can, we might be able to do a cheeky bunny hop over that. Depending on how Charlie is having a look at this. But even though Charlie has now unfortunately died, I'm not sure how who's going to replace him. But up to the line, we're currently green. I can't see how much we are. Up to the line, and where are we going to qualify? Is that P2? It's fucking second place. We've managed to qualify in a McLaren, in the pouring rain, at Canada, P2. That's fantastic. But Lewis Hamilton gets pole. We're second. Bottas was third. Kimi Räikkönen was fourth. Ricciardo was fifth. Vettel was sixth. Verstappen was seventh. Ocon eighth. Perez ninth. And K-Mag was 10th. But we're second. That's a fantastic quality session. Wow. That really is fantastic. Jesus. I was not expecting that, to be honest. And, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, well, P2. We're more than likely going to lose positions at the start of the Grand Prix, but even getting them qualified in P2, that is fantastic. That's better than what Van Dorn did all through his career. But there's no point, you get no points for quali, so let's go into the race for the Canadian Grand Prix, where hopefully we can convert this P2 into some decent points.
It's race day once again here in Montreal, and it was a breathtaking contest in yesterday's qualifying, but the real work starts now. We're moments away from lights out at the Canadian Grand Prix. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Stoffel Van Dorn in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Vettel, Verstappen, Ocon, Perez, and Kevin Magnussen. Sainz, Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso, and Grosjean. Gasly, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson and Lance Stroll, Leclerc and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So here we are, sat on the grid of the Canadian Grand Prix. P2, wow, what a starting position that is. Especially in the McLaren Stoffel Vandoorne, we're going to go for the two-stroke strategy, the Hypersofts, which we're actually going to extend. We're actually going to extend a couple of bits of the strategy here, the tyre lengths at least, by a couple of laps at least. I said at least twice into quick concession there. It's going to be a dry race, unlike quali, which was completely wet, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I say I'm pretty sure. I'm recording this at different days than I recorded the first bit, so hey ho. But yeah, it's going to be a completely dry race. Hypersofts, the Ultra Softs, two-stop strategy. Hopefully the AI can do a bodge job and do a really bad three-stop strategy. Hopefully they can do that. We got Hamilton just in front of us. I doubt we're going to gain any positions, to be honest. I hope we stay in P2. But I feel like we're going to lose positions. We're going to drop down to P6, I feel. Which, yeah, not really what I want, but I feel like that's what's going to happen. So, hopefully it doesn't. I mean, it would be nice, but hey-ho. We're in a McLaren, Stoffel Vandoorne, Canada, with a big straight. We've not got the fastest car in engine battle-wise for straight line speed, so struggles should be, well, quite high. However, going into the final chicane, we're actually pretty good. We're actually better than AI. They brake so much for going through this final chicane. We had the little bunny hop, like not as extreme as Arava's bunny hop there, but hey ho, but it is what it is. We've got 3, 4, 5 lights for the Canadian Grand Prix. As the bunny not going out as we go green for Canada. In Canada, I mean, we've had an awful start. We're getting mugged off by one of the Mercedes. We got sandwiched between Hamilton sideways. We've had the other Mercedes who's actually gone sideways as well. And we're going to go and get the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix here in turn 2, going into turn 3. But lap 2, a lap later, down this long straight. Like I said, we're not the strongest in the straight line. Mercedes are. And he just blasts past us into the final chicane. But we had to brake so much. Look how slow. We broke so much for that. And we still get held up by Hamilton going through the final chicane, which is abysmal there. But yeah, that's a bit unlucky from him. That start was weird. That was a very strange start. But with lap 5, we're catching Hamilton. We've had an almighty run on him through the final chicane. We're going to have DRS. Not rich mix on medium. There's no point. I'm not really wanting to fight him as we set purple outside. But we're up the inside into turn 1. Leaving room on the exit. Leaving him room on turn 2 as well. But yeah, we're not. I don't really want to be fighting them. It's holding us up ourselves. So hopefully he can pull away from us though. But he gets a really bad run through this 3rd and 4th corner. But yeah, we've dropped down to P6 once again. P2, I mean, on lap 6. But a couple of laps later, lap 9, we have another little run, and we're going to go to the outside line, which will be the inside line for Q2, turn 2. But we've just broke way too much there, and we've dropped down. But lap 15, Hamilton did pull away, but he's coming to the pits for his first pit stop. We're extending our stint for another 3 laps, just so we can secure the 2-stop strategy. I think Hamilton's on the 3, which is a bit of a shame for the AI. Well, I don't know why I said a shame for the AI. He's not really fighting us, to be honest, because he pulled away so much as he sets purple lap time. We're going on the set of ultra soft tyres, but yeah. Hopefully we can get our... Well, Raikkonen's gone, like he's already gone past. Daniel Ricciardo's going into turn 1 now. We should be able to get in front of him just as we leave the pit lane because of that little... It basically cuts turn 1 there and rejoins in turn 2. But Daniel Ricciardo's had an ultimate run and he's on the Hypersofts tyres again though. So he's basically expected to go past us because he has got... well, his tyres are a lot faster. Well, I say they were a lot. They're not as fast as the, like, if it was on the super soft tyres. But we had an almighty run through the final chicane. We're now going side by side down the start-finish straight. We have the inside line for turn 1. A little bit of dust kicked up there. We've got to go round his outside into turn 2. He's going to have a better traction somehow. The AI always gets so better, like, such good traction through that turn 1 corner there. But we're going to go round his outside into turn 3. And we've managed to get back up into podium positions there, which is fantastic. But yeah, going into the hairpin, we should well, I feel Raikkonen is going to be in the pits or something, but no, actually, there's an almighty pile-up. Grosjean's just parked in the middle of the road. The Williams has been shunted by one of the Toro Rossos. There's an almighty car park. What is going on here? I have no clue, but didn't bring out a safety car somehow, so that's a bit of a shame. That would have really helped us there. But yeah, Raikkonen was actually in the pits as we lapped. Who was that? That was one of the Saubers, probably Ericsson or Leclerc, I'm not sure. But we get back ahead of Hamilton. But will he have a better run through turn 1? Yes, he will, because of that pit exit. And he's managed to get straight back ahead of us. So he's a pit stop ahead of us, really. Which is a bit unfortunate. But this is us coming in for our final pit stop here as we go to our second set of ultra soft tyres. And we're going to go to the end. Hamilton's still got 1 stop left. I'm pretty sure. I'm still adamant that he's going to do a 3-stop strategy. To be honest, I don't really know if he does. I can't remember. I recorded this so long ago. I've been recording a lot of career mode recently. I've recorded from, like, in the last week, I've recorded from Azerbaijan all the way up to Italy. Well, I'm halfway through recording Italy right now. So, yeah. That's fantastic. The virtual safety car on at 45 has been deployed. As we come out in the pit lane, we've come out of the pits in 5th place with Daniel Ricciardo still ahead of us. But this is while the virtual safety car's out. Sergei Sorokin has got a rear right puncture as he's going slowly down the back straight, which is he's not the worst place to get a puncture because it's right near the end of the lap and all he has to go is straight line. But speaking of which, what on earth is the Russian doing here? Like, oh my god, he's having an absolute meh. Yeah, that is the way to the pit stop, mate. You've ruined your race even more than it already was. He was in a Williams to start off with. You might as well have fun with it. So yeah, it's what it is. But at 54, Raikkonen's now in the pits, I'm pretty sure, and he's gonna get overtaken by us. Yep. So we're up into P2, lap 61. 10 laps to go unless we get lapped. I know it says 61 out of 70, but you always have to complete 70 laps. But we've only completed 60, so yeah, we've got basically 9.5 laps to go. But yeah, this is the rear view from the rear diffuser of Raikkonen. He managed to overtake us going through the DRS, but we're lunging up his inside into the hairpin. We're going to drag him out wide with us, and we're back up into P2 as it stands. We're going to have DRS ourselves, but yeah, that stops Raikkonen getting past us. But lap 70, Lewis Hamilton wins the Canadian Grand Prix once again. He loves this track, I swear. I love it as well. I don't blame him. But we're coming through the final chicane. We've got a massive train ahead of us, the lap cars. But we're going to come for a fantastic P2 for the Canadian Grand Prix. What a result for a bloody McLaren. We're in a bloody McLaren, and we've managed to pull that out. Oh my, what a fantastic result. Lewis Hamilton wins. We are on the podium. Oh, I still can't believe we're on the podium there. Yeah, fantastic. We had a fantastic result in Monaco. Spain was pretty decent as well. But Vandoorne, it looks so weird, Vandoorne being on the podium. Kimi Räikkönen also got 3rd, so congratulations to the Finn driver. We did manage to keep him behind us, which is fantastic news. And, well, fantastic result as well. But P2 with the McLaren. Where's Alonso? P14. And he's meant to be the bloody 2-time world champion. Jesus. But Daniel Ricciardo come 4th. Bottas was 5th. Verstappen was 6th. Perez was 7th. Hulkenberg was 8th. Ocon was 9th. And K-Mag in the Haas finishes off the top 10 there. Ericsson and Sebastian Vettel were the 2 DNFs. So he probably would have dropped down to P4 if Sebastian Vettel didn't DNF. But we managed to hold on. For P2, I say P4. We could have probably got 3rd. But yeah. As you can see there, I say plus 12 points because I've probably said in this video at the start, I accidentally did save Monaco, so yeah, we've got to add 12 points to that, so we're currently still 7th place, best of the rest, so it doesn't matter about those 12 points, but just yet, we're 11 points clear of Hulkenberg, who's 8th, so yeah, that's fantastic, but McLaren move up into P4 in the best of the rest, basically, in the constructors as well, so yeah, those 12 points aren't really in effect right now. It's not as tight as well, as it's not really that tight at the moment. So that's fantastic. But yeah, we got a couple of warnings with Bottas there for the start anyway. He got 2 warnings with us, 2 Mercedes at least did anyway. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the Canadian Grand Prix. P2, fantastic result. We got the French Grand Prix, which I've never done a 100% race round, so it's going to be a first for me. Probably not a first for you, probably see him in Marnix video when the game first come out. But I'll be Serious Gaming, and I'll see you in the Castere for the French Grand Prix in part 8 of the Saving Vandoorne career mode. Bye.